What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and in today's video we're going to go over the Master Key System by Charles Haanel, part 3.1. So we're going over the first half of part 3, and in today's video these are going to be the 3 questions that we are going to be answering or learning about. So 1, what system of nerves is the organ of the conscious mind? 2, what system of nerves is the organ of the subconscious mind? And number 3, what is the solar plexus? So without further ado, we're going to hop right in. You see right here the Master Key System, a little thin book right here. So I'm going to get started with the first half of part 3. Alright, so introduction to part 3. You have found that the individual may act on the universal, and that the result of this action and interaction is cause and effect. Thought, therefore, is the cause, and the experiences with which you meet in life are the effect. Eliminate, therefore, any possible tendency to complain of conditions as they have been or as they are, because it rests with you to change them and make them what you would like them to be. Direct your effort to a realization of the mental resources always at your command, from which all real and lasting power comes. Persist in this practice until you come to a realization of the fact that there can be no failure in the accomplishment of any proper object in life if you but understand your power and persist in your object, because the mind forces are ever ready to lend themselves to a purposeful will in the effort to crystallize thought and desire into actions, events, and conditions. Whereas in the beginning of each function of life and each action is the result of conscious thought, the habitual actions become automatic, and the thought that controls them passes into the realm of the subconscious. Yet it is just as intelligent as before. It is necessary that it become automatic or subconscious in order that the self-conscious mind may attend to other things. The new actions will, however, in their turn, become habitual, then automatic, then subconscious, in order that the mind again may be freed from this detail and advance to still other activities. When you realize this, you will have found a source of power which will enable you to take care of any situation in life which may develop. Alright, so part 3. Let's go ahead and get into it. The necessary interaction of the conscious and subconscious mind requires a similar interaction between the corresponding systems of nerves. Judge Troward indicates the very beautiful method in which this interaction is effected. He says the cerebral spinal system is the organ of the conscious mind, and the sympathetic is the organ of the subconscious. The cerebral spinal is the channel through which we receive conscious perception from the physical senses and exercise control over the movements of the body. This system of nerves has its center in the brain. The sympathetic system has its center in a ganglionic mass at the back of the stomach known as the solar plexus, and is the channel of that mental action which unconsciously supports the vital functions of the body. The connection between the two systems is made by the vagus nerve, which passes out of the cerebral region as a portion of the voluntary system to the thorax, sending out branches to the heart and lungs, and finally passing through the diaphragm. It loses its outer coating and becomes identified with the nerves of the sympathetic system, so forming a connecting link between the two and making man physically a single entity. We have seen that every thought is received by the brain, which is the organ of the conscious. It is here subjected to our power of reasoning. When the objective mind has been satisfied that the thought is true, it is sent to the solar plexus, or the brain of the subjective mind, to be made into our flesh, to be brought forth into the world as reality. It is then no longer susceptible to any argument whatsoever. The subconscious mind cannot argue, it only acts. It accepts the conclusions of the objective mind as final. So that's very important. Go ahead and read that part one more time. It is then no longer susceptible to any argument whatsoever. The subconscious mind cannot argue. It only acts. It accepts the conclusions of the objective mind as final. The solar plexus has been linked to the sum of the body because it is a central point of distribution for the energy which the body is constantly generating. This energy is very real. This energy is very real energy, and this sun is a very real sun, and the energy is being distributed by very real nerves to all parts of the body, and is thrown off in an atmosphere which envelopes the body. If this radiation is sufficiently strong, the person is called magnetic. He is said to be filled with personal magnetism. Such a person may wield an immense power for good. His presence alone will often bring comfort to the troubled minds with which he comes in contact. When the solar plexus is in active operation and is radiating life, energy, and vitality to every part of the body and to everyone whom he meets. The sensations are pleasant. The body is filled with health, and all with whom he comes in contact experience a pleasant sensation. If there is any interruption of this radiation, the sensations are unpleasant. The flow of life and energy to some part of the body is stopped, and this is the cause of every ill to the human race, physical, mental, or environmental. Physical, because the sun of the body is no longer generating sufficient energy to vitalize some part of the body. Mental, because the conscious mind is dependent upon the subconscious mind for vitality necessary to support its thought. And environmental, because the connection between the subconscious mind and the universal mind is being interrupted. The solar plexus is the point at which the part meets with the whole, where the finite becomes infinite, where the uncreate becomes create, the universal becomes individualized, the invisible becomes visible. It is the point at which life appears, and there is no limit to the amount of life an individual may generate from this solar center. This center of energy is omnipotent because it is the point of contact with all life and all intelligence. It can therefore accomplish whatever it is directed to accomplish, and herein lies the power of the conscious mind. The subconscious can and will carry out such plans and ideas as may be suggested to it by the conscious mind. Conscious thought, then, is master of this sun center from which the life and energy of this entire body flows, and the quality of the thought which we entertain determines the quality of the thought which this sun will radiate, and the character of the thought which our conscious mind entertains will determine the character of the thought which this sun will radiate, and the nature of the thought which our conscious mind entertains will determine the nature of thought which this sun will radiate, and consequently will determine the nature of the experience which will result. It is evident, therefore, that all we have to do is let our light shine. The more energy we can radiate, the more rapidly shall we be enabled to transmute undesirable conditions into sources of pleasure and profit. The important question, then, is how to let this light shine, how to generate this energy. All right, guys, so that was part 1 of part 3. So the first half of part 3, and in the next video, we're going to go over the second half. So let's go ahead and answer the questions that we have here. All right, so here are the answers. So for number 1, what system of nerves is the organ of the conscious mind? And the answer is the cerebral spinal system. Number 2, what system of nerves is the organ of the subconscious mind? The answer is the sympathetic. And number 3, what is the solar plexus? The solar plexus is the central point of distribution for energy which the body is constantly generating. So a bunch of interesting stuff in this chapter, guys. Tell me if you guys want me to go more in depth, man. I have a bunch of notes. I don't know if you can see. I got pages highlighted, man. Let me know if you want me to go more in depth, talk about these chapters a little more in depth, go over some more questions, things like that. Yeah, man, just let me know in the comment section below. And that is the end of the video. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please smash the like button, help this get out to more people. And please tap that subscribe button to help us with our current goal of 1,000 subscribers. Fingers crossed, by the time you're actually watching this, we are well past 1,000 subscribers. So whatever goal we are reaching next, please be a part of that and help us out. We're going to grow together and spread this knowledge, man. So if you have any questions about anything I talked about in this video or any video on my channel, you can always email me directly at info@tycoontalk.xyz, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below. I read all the comments and I try to get back to all my emails as soon as possible for you guys. So just send them over and I'll get it handled for you. And then let me know any topics you want me to cover or go more in depth about, anything that you find interesting, something that you might have not understood. Maybe I didn't explain it too well. Just let me know in the comment section below and I'll try to make that happen for you guys. And all of my links to all my socials, online store, everything else is in the description below. And if you like this video, go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel where I talk about how to make money with cryptocurrency, a real cryptocurrency, not the scammy stuff, how to fix your credit, the financial system, a bunch of information that you cannot Google to get the answer. So it's a lot of cool stuff, and I'm pretty sure if you enjoy this type of information, you're going to enjoy that. So go ahead and check that out. Go over to the playlist section and you can see everything is going to be separated into 3 different categories: consciousness, credit, and cryptocurrency. Go ahead and check that out. And as always, my friends, may infinite abundance flow to you now and forever. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.